Alright, welcome to Parallel Lines 1. In this worksheet, you're going to be using the relationships between angles to find out what the missing angle is, the question mark angle here. The important thing to know is that anytime a transversal crosses a pair of parallel lines, and notice that the little arrows here, these tell us that these lines are parallel, then any two angles you pick around the parallel lines and the transversals, as long as you pick one from down here and one from up here, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Any two angles you pick, period, are going to have one of two relationships. Either they're supplementary, meaning they add up to 180, or they are congruent, meaning they're the same. And the trick here is you start with your unknown angle, and you make kind of a zigzag pattern. All of these angles are going to be congruent. And then we do the zigzag in the other direction. Okay. All of the green angles, those are going to be congruent. So all the red angles are congruent to each other. All the green angles are congruent to each other. But a green angle and a red angle end up being supplementary. So we look here, and our question mark angle is red. Our 92-degree angle is marked green, which means that they're supplementary, meaning that, and we'll call our question mark angle x. X plus 92 equals 180, and then we'll just subtract 92 from each side, and we end up with x equals 180 minus 82, or 92, is 88 degrees. So the mystery angle is 88 degrees. Oops, down here, 88 degrees. All right, let's do one next door here, because this one's going to end up being a little different. Here, question mark angle, make our zigzag pattern. We'll do our zigzag pattern in the other direction, although you can kind of see it's not really necessary. Again, all of the green angles are congruent, and all of the red angles are congruent. And an angle that's marked green will be supplementary with an angle that's marked red. In this case, both of our angles are 111-degree angle and our unknown angle, which, again, we'll just go ahead and call x. They're both red, so they're both congruent. So in this case, x just equals 111 degrees. And a quick note over here about the 88-degree angle. You don't actually have to do all this work. I'll just show how to work to set it up, because this will be important for our next set. But really, you could just say, well, 180 minus 92 leaves 88 degrees, and that's x. You don't have to show your work. Okay, over on the back side. Here, we're using the same thing, but we're going to solve for x this time. So we take a look at our two angles. We've got, make our zigzag pattern. Those are all red. Go in the other direction. There we go. So again, green angles all congruent. Red angles all congruent. A green angle and a red angle supplementary. So we look here, and both our angles are red angles, so we set this up as 22x plus 4 is equal to 24x minus 2. And here we're just solving equations with variables on both sides. So let's see, first thing I'm going to do is I want all my variables over here. So I'm going to, I'll get all the variables over here. How about that, since I've already started that way. So we're going to add 2 to both sides to get rid of this negative 2 over here. And that leaves us with 22x equals 24x. It works out to be 0, and over here, plus 6. Now I'm going to subtract 22x over here, and 22x on this side. And then we're going to end up with 6 equals, see, 24x minus 22x is 2x. And then we're going to divide by 2. And we get 3 equals x. All right, let's go do one next door. A little different. So here, we're going to go mark our zigzag pattern through the graph. We've got the red angles. And then we've got the green angles. Okay, green angles all congruent to each other. Red angles all congruent to each other. And this time, we've got one of our angles is a red angle, one is a green angle. So they're supplementary. So we set this up a little bit differently. We say x plus 74 plus x plus 116 equals 180 altogether. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms. Yes, Sammy?
I want you to get the clock down for me.
The clock down? We'll see about that in a minute.
Not which clock. Not any clock. The clock that you play with. That's...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get that clock down in a minute. So we got an x here. We have another x over here that gives us a total of 2x. We've got 74 and 116. So let's see. Oh, boy. That's going to be 70, 180, 190. Over here equals 180. See, we'll want to get the 2x by itself, so we're going to subtract 190. And then that leaves us with 2x equals, negative 10. And then we'll just divide by 2. And we end up with x equals negative 5. Okay. All right. So for the rest of these, go ahead, do up the work, check your answers, and good luck.